What's up, everyone? What's up? What's up? So I have a bunch of, I think, interesting topic discussions. Right? It's a bunch of interesting topic discussions. If you guys want to, you know, talk about, maybe debate, go back and forth about, it'd be fun, right? If you're bored, please join in, right? If you're bored, nothing to do, right? If you agree or disagree, it's basically about soft parenting. How I believe the new age of parenting has ruined this generation of children, right? I mean, if you agree, if you disagree, BMM, what's up? What's up? Do you support Charlie Kirk? I do. Cora. I support Charlie Kirk. Yes, I do. Have a good day to you. Have a good day to you. Hey, 1984 was an amazing year. 1984 was an amazing year. Like, bring back, I think, you know what? Controversial. Bring back old school parenting. Bring back old school parenting. With the tweak, right? With a bit of a tweak. Okay? But bring back old school parenting. Stammy, what's up? What's up? I don't think you read 1984. Yeah. 1984 was a great year. I don't think you read. What's 1984? What, a book? You got this. Homework has always been annoying for me. School was never an amazing thing for me. But I'm glad that I'm glad that you're working hard, my brother. Glad that you're working hard. I'm just seeing if you guys, if anyone have opinions or stuff. That'll be fun. Any thoughts? If these are interesting conversation topics, right? Go back and forth. If you're bored, let's talk. Let's have a back and forth. That'll be fun. The third talking point. What do you think? What do you think, my brother? I do think that children shouldn't have any privacy under their parents' household. Okay, so I don't think children should have any privacy under their parents' household, but there is within reason. So changing bathroom things, right? Going to the bathroom, taking a shower, changing. Yes, your children should have privacy there, but phones, no. They shouldn't have locked doors. They shouldn't be able to lock their door. Right? Phone privacy, no. Tablet privacy, no. Electronic privacy, no. That's what I mean. No electronic privacy. No locking of your door. China in the 1960s. No, just go back to. I'm saying go back to old school parenting. I believe it was good parenting. So we're talking about monitoring what they do. Yes, monitoring what they do. Children shouldn't be you know, have the privacy. They shouldn't have that kind of privacy. They shouldn't be able to do whatever they could do. Not under your roof. What websites they go to, what they view, like things like that. Correct. Who they talk to, right? Who they talk to, who they hang out with, any kind of conversations, right? Patrick, I agree. Old school parenting is the best. The thing about children is up until they're adults, they do not have rights. They have protection 100%. Exactly. But this is what I'm saying about the old school, the new school parenting, right? Soft parenting, where we're accommodating children, right? We're accommodating children. So what that comes with accommodating, giving them privacy when I don't believe they have any. Exactly, on the purview of their parents' rights. So I don't believe that a child's room should ever be closed or locked. Within reason, right? If they're changing, then okay. When the street lights are on, your butt needs to be in the house 100%. I agree, Patrick. I agree. When the street lights are on, your butt needs to be in the house 100%. I totally agree. Leonardo, I don't know why, right? I don't delete comments. My comments are getting deleted. I don't know why, but I think it's not okay. Still, parent, but not old school parenting. Of course, society has become more uncivilized nowadays, but back then, violence was... Here's the thing, right? This is why, right? Prompt 2. There's a difference between discipline and abuse. I don't support abuse. Okay? There's a difference between discipline and abuse. Okay? So if you're crossing the line where it's abuse, that's not what I'm supporting. But I support discipline. That's why I believe in old school parenting. But yes, some people can go to extremes. Exactly, Patrick. That's how I've been raised too. I've never been to jail. I never smoked cigarettes. I never did drugs. Exactly. I mean, and this is the thing. We're seeing it more and more. More kids are becoming violent, doing stupid things, getting into drugs, getting into bad habits. Exactly. And I treat a woman with respect. What's the difference? Again, what's the difference? All right? Disciplining is that you are corporal punishment, while, in my opinion, talking. Right? So you will let their child know what they did wrong, what they need to learn. Right? Instill that fear and respect into them. Now, abuse is that you just blindly hurting them. You are out of nowhere hurting a child. Right? There's no rhyme or reason to the discipline or to the corporal punishment. Right? There's no rhyme or reason to the punishment. Just Country, have you heard the good news that the price of sin? Okay. Interesting. Yes, fear of messing up is good. I thought you meant fear of parents. No. No. You should fear consequences, not necessarily fear your parents. You should fear authority. Fear and respect authority, because some fear is good, right? Some fear is good. We have too many kids who don't fear nobody. They think they're invincible. They think they can do anything they want. Brad, soft parenting doesn't ruin children. Neglectful parenting does. I mean, you could probably put them both in the same category, right? Because soft parenting, yeah, you are. I think it's not better than neglectful. I mean, maybe it's a bit better, but still, I'm not debating between soft parenting and neglectful parenting. I'm debating soft parenting between old school parenting. right? I believe old school parenting was better. They're stupid. Okay. I could argue that soft parenting is neglectful parenting. I could agree with that. I can see that. I can see that thing too, right? Because you let your kids, soft parenting, part of it is like you give your kids way too much freedom. You give your children way too much freedom. My dad was a addict. My mom used pills. I think soft parenting over none at all. No, I agree, right? I mean, like none neglectful parenting or no parenting at all is definitely, the worst. But I'm not like, comparing the two. Exactly. Parents today let the kids do what they want to do. Exactly. That is, in my opinion, soft parenting. You're giving kids way too much freedom. Way too much freedom. Why do you think that we are now like thinking kids can choose their gender? Right? We're allowing kids to choose their gender. We're allowing kids to just destroy themselves. If you let them do whatever, are you really being a good parent? Nope, you're not. You're not. Only thing about fear is that it bottles up emotions. A lot of old school parenting made a lot of sociopaths that get long-term personality. Now, again, right? I think there's nothing is perfect, right? Not now. I think nothing is perfect, right? But I think the results are better. Now, I don't know why we can't do a bit of both, but in all honesty, it seems like right now it's like one or the other. Aljun says, I think right now it's like one or the other. People don't know how to like mix the two, which this is what I'm seeing, right? People are not really mixing the two. And I think you could, but right now it seems like it's one or the other, right? For me, right, I do discipline my daughter, but I haven't disciplined her in a long time because I also talk to her. Right? Discipline should be a result when they are truly bad, right? Again, we gotta learn how to go about parenting correctly. We're not improving on parenting. We're not improving on the past. We are like we're changing it completely because we believe that, I don't know, we believe that we were messed up as kids, so we want to change it completely and do like the complete opposite. That's not working. I see kids as more messed up than even in the kids of the past. Fear of consequences is a good thing. For example, I used to not fear going to jail at all. Then I went to jail. I wish I had a deeper fear of the consequences earlier in life. Exactly. Exactly. We have kids that do not fear jail. We have kids that do not fear consequences. Jazzy Cheese, what's up? What's up? All about balance. I agree. All about balance. But I don't know why. I don't know why. Again, I'm not saying this is all cases. I'm not saying this is all cases, but I think I see a lot of cases where it's either one or the other. Right? It's either one or the other. And, there's not a mix of it. Brian, exactly. I grew up in Mississippi in the 70s. It's what you understood. Mess around, find out. Learn shit quick. Exactly. 100%. Thank you everyone for being here. I'm bored. You guys are bored. Let's, we're hanging out together. We're chatting. We're going back and forth. We're sharing opinions, sharing ideas. So, Brian, exactly, and respected myself after I learned the right way. Exactly. I'm telling you, I think old school parenting has produced better adults than the new age one. I think old school parenting has produced better adults than the new way of parenting. In my honest opinion, right? Honest opinion, we have more mentally disturbed young adults than we had in the past. Controversial, maybe, But I think we have more mentally disturbed young adults than we ever had in the past. Exact kids are entitled. Yes, exactly. Kids are entitled, not me. This is the thing, right? We have a bunch of entitled kids. We do. We have kids that don't understand hard work, kids that don't respect or fear authority, right? Kids that are, actually more stupid than ever. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but recently, right? New York, they had so many kids do that whole, ride the train challenge. Yeah, a lot of kids die for that stupid thing. I think we are producing more stupid kids than ever before. And parents have a big hand in producing these stupid children. Guys, please like the stream. Please, help, be kind and like the stream. Pokedex depends on the child as everyone interprets and receives different things. Correct. I agree, but in general, right? In general, I think we have a large amount of really bad children, right? Children that do a lot of stupid things. Children that are more violent than ever. Children that do not respect or fear authority. Nor do they care about consequences. Right? We have more kids into drugs. More kids into debauchery. Right? Just me. Soft parenting has ruined grammar and spelling. I can see that. Patrick, thank you. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you. I have somewhat lenient parents and sometimes wish they were a bit strict on me in the past. I had a lot of freedom. Exactly. This is a thing where we don't realize that, the lenient parents thing can feel also not as loving, in my opinion, okay? Because they let you do so much things. It seems like they don't care. Without a father in the home, there often are zero consequences. Exactly, just me. I agree. You know what? In other topics, I say we have a a single mother epidemic, right? And I believe a lot of single mothers are very lenient with their children, right? Not true discipline. Mac, it's definitely not soft versus hard. You can be disciplined without hitting your. Here's the thing, right? I'm not saying you can't be disciplined without hitting your kids, but it should also be within your repertoire, right? It should also be in your bag of tools. Because children should also fear that as a consequence. I'm not saying that. That's why I'm saying where there's a difference between discipline and abuse, right? It's like if you are disciplining your child and you go straight to hitting them, yeah, without no rhyme or reason, then yes, I agree that that's where you get into the abuse. But hitting should be in your tool belt. Smacking, hitting, it should be in your tool belt. You shouldn't just, I'm not going to do it. Because then what is the biggest punishment you can do to a child, right? Take away their phone? Okay, great. Let them stay in their room? Great. What was that? Nothing. I mean, what are the biggest punishments you can do? Take away a phone? Put them in a room? I mean, it's not as powerful as you think. Stammy, I think a lot of this would be fixed if people's parents stay together. I agree. I 100% agree. We got moms raising these boys who don't know how to say no. My mom did this to me. I know that's my subjective experience, but there is data to back up my experience across the U.S. Exactly. I mean, if you look at the data, right, compare single mom's household with single father household. Single father households, on average, produce better adults. Brian, always was an understanding before being hit. Exactly. Conversation, 100%. That is one that shows you a parent that disciplines compared to a parent that abuses. Right? There's a difference. I'm not talking about abuse. I don't advocate or push for abuse. There's a difference. A parent that disciplines, right, lets you understand what you did wrong. A parent that abuse doesn't give you no rhyme or reason. 100%. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. I just figured, if you guys are bored, let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation. After I broke mother's helping hand, she said, okay, no TV or grounded. That shit was worse. Wooden hand kept in the drawer. Got it. That's what I'm saying. You got to fear it. A little dose of fear is a good thing for us, right? As human beings, a little dose of fear is good for us. That's why, having, right, a bit of, corporal punishment in the back of your tool belt is a good thing. Now, I'm not saying automatically start out by it, but it should be in your tool belt. She was like, okay, no more spanking, no more TV. Yeah. Matthew, what's up? Yeah, let's talk. All right. If you're bored, let's talk. Let's have a good conversation. Thank you everyone for being here. Let's have a good conversation. If you guys are bored, I'm bored. Let's talk about these topics. What do you guys think? I'm down for having a conversation back and forth, right? You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. I was heavily abused by my father to the point he almost paralyzed me. That being due to his abhorrent girlfriend at the time. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. I do not support abuse. That is not discipline. That is abuse. That is disgusting. I'm sorry, Matthew. I'm sorry that happened to you. That was a terrible father. Okay? Organic is in the house. Thank you, my brother. For the love. All right? Thank you, my brother, for the love. Matthew, I'm sorry that happened to you. That was not, all right? That was not discipline. He was not a good father. That is disgusting. Organic, you show too much love to me. All right? You're amazing. Brian, exactly. When mother said dad is coming home, oh boy, big trouble. Thank you guys for being here. How you doing, my brother? How you doing? I'm good. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. I love you all. Please like the stream. It's helpful to me. All right? You're amazing. I believe soft parenting is ruining modern day kids, right? It's creating It's creating dysfunctional young adults. I believe soft parenting is ruining children. Matthew, it's all good. I'm not looking for sympathy. It helped me become a very upstanding adult, nor trying to say that I was a hellspawn or troublemaker. No, I understand, right? I'm not necessarily showing you sympathy, right? I'm more saying it straight up. We need to understand there's a difference between abuse and discipline, right? I'm thankful, right? I'm happy for you that you become an amazing, an upstanding adult. You persevere, right? You persevere. You know, you pick yourself up from the darkness, right? You got yourself out of the darkness. You are amazing, my brother. You are amazing, right? But again, I'm more pointing out in general that I don't advocate for abuse, right? It's different than discipline. What do you think about when it's the other way around, when the father is around but the mother isn't? Here's the thing, right? On average, single father household do better than single mother household, right? On average, single father household do better than single mother household. They produce better, productive adults. Matthew, oh, for sure, it totally is. Discipline is a must, but not heavy-handed. Heavy-handed, that's the thing. There's a fine line between abuse and discipline. If you are a good parent, you have to learn what is the line. To be a good parent, you have to learn what is that line. The fine line of discipline and abuse. Jessus, my dad used to get me with a horsewhip when I was a kid. It's a bit extreme, right? A horsewhip? I mean, like a little stick. I mean, a stick, okay. A horsewhip using a whip is a bit extreme. I mean, I got the belt before, right? But I think a horsewhip is the next extreme. So I wouldn't necessarily say that's a great thing. The big fiberglass stick horsewhip. Yeah, that's abuse. I think that's abuse. I snapped it one day and he broke a 2x4 over my ass. 2x4? That is abuse. 2x4. This ain't wrestling. You ain't wrestling with your child, right? I mean, that's abuse. And I'm sorry, right? I get it, right? Some of you who's been through abuse, that's not what I'm talking about. That's old school. That's in a terrible way. And again, nothing is perfect. Even old school isn't perfect, right? That's why I believe there should be a mix. There should be a bit of a mix between, soft parenting and old school parenting. Okay, complete soft parenting is ruining. Brian, I was lucky to have both. I'm 95. I'm 59. Was different type of people who were parents. I got the belt as well, but it was to a certain amount, right? Yeah, I'm telling you right now, the 50 pairs of underwear do not help. Oh, I definitely understand that, right? There were a time when I had to wear extra clothes because of the belt or I got a got hit with a stick or a broom before. So, but it is not. This is the thing where there's a difference. It's not to a point where they will hit you until you are black and blue or broken bones, right? There is a point. No bleeding, right? No bleeding. No broken bones, no 2x4 or whip to the body. Yeah, that's too much, right? That's abuse. We definitely recognize that that's abuse. But here's the thing, where I believe a lot of adults today who experience abuse, right? They experience abuse, so they want to go completely different, right? Completely different, and fall into soft parenting. I understand the reasoning. But I think it hasn't improved, right? I don't think it bettered any of the kids today. Oh, that's terrible. I'm going to teach my son to be a nice guy, but with boundaries. Aljan, I agree. That isn't a bad thing, right? Being a good guy, but with boundaries, is a good thing, right? System, I do agree, right? Being a good guy with boundaries is a must, right? Don't betray your standards. Jones, my dad used to pistol whip me, my baby brother, and shit. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. I'm sorry for you guys who experienced abuse. You guys didn't experience discipline. You guys experienced abuse. And that's disgusting, right? And I don't condone that. And I'm sorry for you guys being through, right? Good deal, bro. I seriously lack the boundary part, but I recognize when people be trying to walk all over me. Please recognize that. Laughing Man, I'm back, DA. Damn, you. Well, I'm trying to do my second channel, right? I want to show some love to my second channel, so, you know. And again, I'm bored. If you guys are bored, you guys are here, right? Thank you for being here. I love you guys, right? I'm bored. You're bored. Let's have a good conversation. Switches were a blessing. Yeah, pistol whipping is disgusting. That's a disgusting parent, right? That's a disgusting father. If he had to pistol whip a child, no. I don't agree to that. That's ridiculous. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys. You guys are all amazing. Yeah, I don't agree with that. That's a terrible parent. Terrible parent, right? When you pistol whip, when you use a whip, when you use a 2x4, that's not parenting. That's abuse. Right? That's abuse. That's not parenting. I don't agree with that. I definitely don't agree with that. But again, thank you guys for being here. Right? Thank you guys for being here. If you guys are bored, let's talk. Right? If you guys are bored, let's talk, right? I'm bored, you're bored. Let's have a good conversation, right? And now, if you guys are, if you guys have you want to let out, you want to trauma dump, I'm willing to listen too. You want to trauma dump, brothers, I'm willing to listen, right? I want to promote a environment where we can talk to each other, right? Respectfully, I love you guys, right? Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. Thank you for being in the chat. Love or hate, disagree, whatnot. Thank you guys for being here. A rose thorn branch? That is crazy. I was put inside a dark closet for a few minutes when I was probably around 7 years old. It was horrible. It happened once though. I mean, that wasn't great, but I don't know. When I was a kid, right? I had to kneel down, right? On my, kneel on my knees on concrete, right? Like outside the door. It's not great, right? Or I had to kneel on like carpets, right? On carpet, on concrete. So those weren't great. But, I'll include that as discipline. I don't think that's abuse, right? And it's not like I was kneeling for hours, right? Couple minutes, So, yeah, not great, but I would say that's part of discipline. Yeah, that's looking like raw meat. That's that's not good. I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry you guys had been through a lot of things as a child, right? But know that you guys are amazing people, right? You guys made it through, and I believe that you guys are good people. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I also think this is a good thing, right? Share, let out all the things you've been through. It's always a good thing. Trauma dumping, sometimes is a good thing, right? Trauma dumping isn't a bad thing. It sucked, but we lived and it taught us things most people wouldn't even fathom at that age. I agree. Plus, you know what? If you got stronger, right? If you gotten stronger, you got wiser. You know, it's as terrible as it is. You know, if you become better for it, you look at the positives, even though it's a negative or a terrible thing. You know, but you know, trials and tribulations, right? Trials and tribulations. I hope it just made you better. That's it, right? But thank you guys for sharing. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for sharing the things you've been through. You guys are amazing. It was a curse that blossomed into a blessing. I agree. You know, make it into your strength. Were my parents bad people? I'm begging to ask. I thought stuff like there was normal punishment. That it wasn't a normal punishment. I'm sorry, right? Bad people. I mean, I don't know if I would say bad people. Maybe shitty parents, right? They were probably shitty parents. If they had to use, you know, horse whips and a 2x4, yeah, I wouldn't. That's not good parenting. Now, I don't know how long they did it, right? If they did it for a period of time because they don't know how to parent. Because parents do improve, right? Parents can improve over time with lessons, wisdom, right? With time, they can improve over time and become better parents. But if they were abusive all your childhood, then no, they were just terrible parents and then terrible people, right? DA, you have a lot of compassion. You're the best. My brothers, we don't have enough compassion, right? We don't have enough compassion for each other. We don't have enough compassion for each other. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for sharing your struggles. Thank you guys for sharing your opinions. I respect you guys and I care. Just makes me wonder that the hell our parents were thinking at the time. They probably weren't, you know, they're probably inexperienced, right? They probably didn't know better. They probably was going through their own shit and just let it out on you. Not an excuse whatsoever, right? So it just made them bad parents. But if they improved, if they got better, then, you know, damn, it feels good to get this off my chest. You're real. Jessica, I love it. Thank you. I'm glad you could. This is the thing, right? I love that chat. Thank you guys. I'm willing to listen. I'm right. We need this. You guys can trauma dump here, right? Let it go. I want to listen. I want to read. I want to know the things you guys been through. You guys are amazing people. You guys are an amazing group of people. I love you guys. I love you guys, right? Understand that things happen to us. Use it to make you stronger. Use it to make you guys stronger. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Justice. Understand this. You guys, you can talk here, right? You guys can talk here. I want to create a family, a brotherhood, right? A family right here. You can tell you, the other people that have been here, they know it. I love you guys. I love you guys. All right? Stay strong. Please come here and talk, right? I appreciate you. You guys are amazing for becoming the people you are now through all your hardships. All right? Do not take that lightly. I love you guys. I respect you guys. All right? Making out of the hardship you guys been through, mad respect for you guys. Mad respect. You don't have no one to talk to? Right here. This is our family. This is a chat of love and respect, right? We can talk to each other. We can share opinions. Respectfully, I will always show you guys respect. Matthew, we all make mistakes. I have forgave my father for his transgressions towards me. I wish he would allow himself to be forgiven. That is his cross to bear. That is his cross to bear, right? Whether he forgives himself or not, doesn't matter. That is his cross to bear. It is about you. It is about you, my brother, right? If you let that weight hang on you, if you get better, figure out what you want, right? You got to think about yourself. Damn. So that's where I get that from. I have a hard time forgiving myself, and I have always wondered where I get it from. Now I know. My brother, right? There's nothing about you need to forgive yourself. Okay? You are an amazing person if you made it out through the hardship. You are an amazing person if you made it out through the hardship. Okay? Do not belittle yourself. Right? My chat, you guys are amazing people. I forgive my parents as well. After all, they were also repeating what they were taught as children too. I feel like it. Here's the thing, right? Forgiving your parents, that's for you, not for them. Now, we are as adults, right? What happens to us as kids doesn't mean that we will allow it to control us as adults, okay? Now, if your parents didn't gain wisdom, that is them. This is why we learn, right? Like I said, there's a difference between abuse and discipline. So we learn to be better. Your parents didn't learn to be better, that is on them. That is their cross to bear. Do not put their cross on you, right? Do not put their traumas and tribulations onto you. You guys are amazing, right? Know that. You gain wisdom through your mistakes and their mistakes, right? I love you guys. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. I love it that we have so many people who willing to, share the things they've been through, right? And I think that's a good thing, right? I want to create a place where you guys can talk, right? Know it. You guys can come here and we can talk. We can chill. We can hang out, right? We're friends, like friends. I believe it. A community where we see each other as friends, as brothers, right? We're fam. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. I agree. Yes, my parents somewhat improved. No one is perfect. Never will be. I agree. As long as people improve, that is the best they can do, right? That's the best. As long as we improve, as long as we gain wisdom, right? As long as we gain wisdom, we learn, we improve. That is the best we can hope for, okay? My mom, again, my mom was there too, right? She had her negatives, right? But my mom was an amazing mom, right? Throughout the discipline, throughout the negativity, she's an amazing mom. I love my mom. My dad, on the other hand, a shitty dad. The man didn't gain no wisdom. The man didn't improve. So it is what it is. Right? No one is perfect, but if no one is willing to do better, be better, that is their cross to bear. That is their cross to bear. Matthew, thank you for being such a great person. We are so far and few apart that when we find someone or somewhere where we can openly express ourselves without ridicule and criticism is a breath of... No, thank you. No ridicule here, no criticism here, right? I'm telling you, we are friends. I say this. I love you guys. all the support you guys are showing me, even if a little bit, even the first time, I am humbly thankful for it, right? I love you guys. I respect you guys for sharing your opinions, right? Your feelings, your experiences. Thank you, right? Thank you. You guys are amazing, amazing people, willing to share your feelings, your opinions, your experiences. I respect you, and I respect your experiences, right? We're just talking to each other. We're talking to each other like friends. Please think like that, right? Friends can talk to each other. Friends can, go back and forth. Hell, we can joke with each other. We can give a little bit of jabs. We can, go back and forth, right? But we can also talk about things, right? Things that are serious. You guys are amazing. Fleck, I was sent away multiple times by my religious parents to multiple different families to help fix my problems, and then constantly yelled at until I became aggressive. Then they started sending me to jail. I'm sorry, Flick. I'm sorry. All right? They were shitty parents who didn't know how to raise you correctly. All right? Again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you went through that. All right? That's not discipline. That's abuse. All right? That's neglectful abuse. That was their job to raise you into a productive adult. All right? Do not put the blame on you. I'm telling you. All right? For you to make it out of the darkness, you are an amazing person. I think parents need to stop being afraid of their kids, disliking them. If they say no, at the end of the day, kids can't get everything they want. Exactly. K-pop babe. Exactly. That's the thing. Right? We are neglecting actual parenting. People either neglect you, right? They either neglect you or they're too soft. They don't want to deal with you. And I think that's part of the softness, right? You let your kids do whatever they want. Fleck, thank you for sharing your experiences. James, don't blame your parents. Pick yourself up and be a man. Parents aren't perfect. I do agree. Particularly, right? When you become an adult, learn. Gain wisdom from their mistake. Right? Gain wisdom from your parents' mistakes. Use it as fuel to gain strength, to be a better person. Even the negatives can push you to be a better person. I love you all right? Please do not let your trauma hold you back. Do not let, the bad things that happen to you, okay, hold you down. You guys are amazing people. You guys are an amazing group of people, right? Thank you, everyone, for being here. If you guys could, please like the live. If you guys could, please like the live.
Yo, Domestic here. I'm glad to be on the NCS album with my track Forever. Forever is a melodic future house track with a high energy.
Thank you guys for being here. You guys are amazing. We're just, you guys just think about it, right? If you guys, let's use this chance. We could talk to each other, talk to each other, learn about each other, you know, express our feelings, our emotions, right? Our thoughts, our opinions. Use the time, right? Let's have a conversation.
Hey guys, we're Sinner's Heist, and you're listening to our new.
Hi, I'm floating your boat, and me and Chris Lynn are bringing you a track.
Holding on to the
Yeah, I mean, my thing is that let's make our time on Earth the best that we can do. I'm not particularly a religious person, so let's make the best. Let's make our time on Earth the best thing we can do, right?
I'm drowning my head, I'm losing the mind. And if you could know, yeah, if I could show you, I don't wanna keep on living this life so faceless.
yeah, unknown brain, Marvin Divine, and we back.
Can't nobody tell me nothing. Made it through the wind and rain. I turn nothing into something. No more dealing with their assumptions. Cause I do what I gotta do and I know, can't nobody do it like me. All they do is judge me for who I might be. Maybe if they take some time to pick my mind to see that I'm cooler than lemons and iced tea. All I wanna do is live it up with the homies. Everybody
Interesting theory. Everything has been controlled by the Illuminati. Interesting. Having conspiracies are always good things, you know. It's keeping life spicy. Keeping life spicy. Matthew, you've been through a lot. I can tell. You've been through a lot, my brother. Mad respect. Mad respect for the life you live. Mad respect for the life you live. Or mad respect for the life you're living.
So faceless.
I've got a premonition, I'm dreaming you and I. All my darkest fears are coming outside. We got a billion races, we got this melody. And you can trust me, baby, we got everything. Call me whenever you feel alone, babe. And when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. And when you need to escape from 1,000 fires, I'm gonna kiss you wherever you are. And I'm gonna miss you, I will never love you. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. But I'm in the jungle of love.
Just live a good life. If there are gods and they are just, they will welcome you based on the virtues you have lived you have lived by. I agree. If there are no gods, then you will be gone, but you will have lived a noble life that will live on in the memories of your loved ones. Profound, my brother, Sism. I love it. That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
And when you need to cry, I'll be by your side. Call me whenever you need someone, babe. And when you need to escape from 1,000 fires, I'm gonna kiss you.
Gia, I agree. To each their own with religion and beliefs, but we don't gotta force that onto anyone other. I agree. I don't believe that. What? I don't believe that, right? We was born to be wasted. I don't believe that. I think we were born to live life. To live life and experience life to the best of our capabilities. Please enjoy life. Please experience life. Women look like men, bro. Which is another topic, right? That's another topic. Definitely, you know.
I remember the days, always at the same place, the same people every day. I will never forget this black ochre red, standing in front of my way. We were both in high school. I thought I was a fool. Oh, when I was falling for you. You keep drawing me in, and I know it's a sin. But even so, yeah, I need you. You taste like candy. Eat you on a Sunday. Feel so bittersweet, knowing I can leave. It tastes like candy. Eat you on a Sunday. I can feel the beat of my heartbeat. Does it taste like candy? Does it taste like candy? I remember the night when you kissed me goodbye, and I said I'd be just fine. The next day you were gone, left your car in the sun. And looking back, I still want you. You taste like candy. or in a Sunday, I can feel the beat of my heart increase. You don't know what goes on behind these eyes. You don't know the loneliness hidden inside. You don't know I wanna eat you up alive. Come and get to know me, my type of wild. I'm the kind that spins you and hangs you dry. Well, I'm already on to another side. If you gave me your whole life, I would still have room for more. Cause I've got that appetite. Maybe I never fall. You might get
Okay, what you are? I think you're trolling. All right, guys, you guys are amazing. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. Right? Thank you guys for all sharing your experiences. Right? Thank you everyone for sharing your experiences. Thank you for being here. Right? You guys are amazing. All right? Thank you guys for being here. You guys are all amazing. That is it for tonight. That is it for tonight. Please subscribe. Right, I want to do more of these prompts. These, have these questions where we talk to each other, where we're share opinions. Right. If you guys like it, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please check out my other content too. But please subscribe so we could share. We could do more of these live chats together. Right. I love it. It was a very enjoyable. Right. It was very enjoyable to know about you guys, what you guys been through. All right, it's a safe space where we can talk and hang out with each other. Right. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you guys for subscribing. All right, I love you guys. Have a good night. Have a good night. Hope you guys have a good rest of the night. All right, later guys. Later.